Holy smokes, it's Monday morning again. We are off to work, hard-working ways, friends. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. I took a long weekend. I had the long weekend kind of planned because what was Friday? Friday my son had a field trip, right? So I had it planned. I was going on his field trip anyways, and what is rattling in the truck? Two pennies underneath my coffee cup. Okay, so I had it planned to go on this field trip, and then Thursday afternoon I was at work. We got caught up on the small things we had going on Thursday morning, and it became evident that this week could potentially become bonkers again, and next week. We're just trying to, and we're just involved in tidying up so many projects this time of year that have all come together at once. By default, it kind of becomes chaotic, and then there's a lot of maintenance projects that need to get done. I've talked about it before. It just becomes perpetual. So seeing the writing on the wall that this week and next week could become pretty chaotic, and I am on standby, not this weekend, following weekend of my birthday. This weekend, like the entire weekend, is devoted to the Father's Day fishing tournament. So I left work early on Thursday to go home and get some stuff done around the house, which is a great idea. Got to chill and spend some one-on-one uninterrupted time with my beautiful wife. Leaving some stuff down on my truck. I can't even see the gauges, so much dust. Put some of the garden stuff in that we were short on in the front of the house. Kids going from school. It was awesome. So today I'll do the weekend overview. That started my weekend, doing some gardening and chilling with my wife on Thursday afternoon. Friday, we did the field trip. Got rained out halfway, but we got most of it in. Got to go see my grandmother for a minute. Changed car insurances. Car insurance providers. Gotta shop them. Mine raised my rates. They're raising my rates on all my lines. It's not my fault. They're just raising rates to raise rates because they feel they need to raise rates. So I was forced to shop around. Yeah, so I had to do that paperwork on the way home. My son and I stopped. Saw his sister on field day. There. For the last little bit of her outdoor activities, all that stuff kind of happens towards the end of the school year. Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Friday night. Oh, we got home Friday, and a little project we've been working on for my daughter. My son spoke about the boat, about his own boat. So my daughter got a line through my wife, who got a line from a very close family member who lives southern part of the state. He was getting rid of his horse trailer, nice decade-old, horse trailer, not too tore up, for the right price. That we wanted to buy the horse trailer. She was going to pay for part of it. We were going to pay for part of it. Much like we helped Everett with part of accessorizing his boat. We get home, there's horse trailers in the driveway. So we went up to thank the family member because he was in town, obviously. He brought the horse trailer to us, paid him, did the paperwork, and part of my grandmother's care in settling her estate, we sold that family member her camp, and there's a lot of her stuff up there still. She's in a nursing home. So we have a lot to clean up, and I decided to go up with the kids Saturday morning and work on getting some of the stuff sorted out at camp, clothes and whatnot, so we can figure out what's going to get kept. We can figure out what's going to get donated. We can figure out what just needs to be tossed out. worked on that. It was really productive. And then Saturday afternoon, we went to a fellow family member who's helped me with my Honda Talk episodes by supplying the Honda to me to work on. Went up to his birthday party, brought him the spare tires that they got to swap onto the car. So the Honda's pretty much sorted out again. Sunday, got up, worked on some insulation in the house. After, family member who's up to help get ready for camp for the summer because they're going to spend time up here, and they brought the horse trailer, right? Saturday night, cuts a tire on the camp road. New tire on a newer dually Chevy. He stopped down Sunday morning with a tire so we could swap it. Plug in the tire machine. Got a valve leaking. Can't build pressure in the tire machine to change the tire. And we're farmers. Again, here we go. Doing it the old school way. Got the tire outside, broke the bead with my backhoe bucket, and took the tire off with bars and spoons, put the tire back on with bars and spoons. He doesn't balance his tires on that truck because they're so little in balance in a tire that size. He doesn't care. Thing beaded right up, put it back on the truck, he's back on the road. We won't forget that little memory. Changing tire with bars in a rainstorm on a Sunday morning because the tire machine's broken. We knocked that out, and then my wife had to work. Sunday afternoon, we worked on the boat because it had run rough when we first took it out on the water. Carburetors look good. We rebuilt the fuel pump, ran it. Everything seems really happy. We got an idea of how we're going to lay out the trolling motor, setup, and fishing platform. We got to finish that this week because of the big tournament my son wants to fish in this weekend. So that was the super busy weekend, and we'll touch on a quick subject today. One of the biggest things to juggling all of this stuff for me, I think we'll call today's video, besides overview, reminders. Like, everybody has one of these things now, okay? If you don't, for a long time, I, as an adult, once things got really busy, I had a planner. I don't have a planner anymore because I have a smartphone, and it's got a calendar, and it's got an app right here. Reminders. Use it. The moment you remember something, if you can't just go do it. So a lot of times I will do it. If something comes up, I do it before I forget. If you're not going to get to it in that instant, just write a reminder. You have to. Very, very smart man once told me, don't remember anything you can look up. And to an extent, there's some things I do remember, but to an extent, that's been helpful too. There's only so much, excuse me, there's only so much room up here. If I can readily access the information, and with today, we can readily access a ton of information, really not much of a need to memorize it. Save that brain space. So, write a reminder. Guys, you kind of learned how busy I am. My 13 subscribers, right? You gotta write reminders and take some of that stuff off your mind. In my 20s, no big deal, right? Even in my early 30s, I was better at it, but I can't remember it all anymore. And it's not because I'm losing my mind, it's because I have so much to remember between home and help and care for grandma, kids' schedules, tied to home, work, everything at work, all the projects we're trying to think of in separate locations. Just write a reminder, review it. I usually look at it a couple times a day and say, ooh, what did I not get to or get to? What do I have to bring with me tomorrow? You know, before I leave the house in the morning, in case I need to grab a piece of paperwork. I just check those reminders, and it's very helpful. So that's today. Have a great day. Happy Monday. I'm going to donate some clothes here quick. I got to pick up some boots for my cousin that he got for me from a deal on Marketplace. And I'm off to work to see what the week brings.